just finishing this up.
Yep.
We are ready.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Boom. All right, dude. We are ready.
Yeah,
He's
we're ready
down
to
for the
roll.
show. I'm ready
Brother,
to
I
roll.
am so excited, man. This is our maiden voyage, the
Yeah.
writer and the fighter, our very first show. And who do we have as a guest?
TJ Dillashaw, man.
Only
Couldn't get bigger than that.
the bantamweight champion of the world.
Bad man.
Right, dude? Thomas James Dillashaw in the studio. Ridiculous.
What was
I'm so excited.
Hold on. Who's Thomas? Or what'd you say? Who?
No, I say Tommy James Dillashaw is his name, his real name.
That's not his name.
You telling me TJ doesn't stand for Tommy James?
I'm absolutely telling you that. That's not his name.
Okay, give me a second. Maybe I got a little bit confused. I'm not 100%. Tucker Johnson.
No.
You sure?
Mike, I know him. Do you want me to tell you his name?
Tyrese Jackson.
Tyrese?
Timmy Joe. He's from the South. Timmy Joe. Everybody knows that.
Absolutely
TJ.
not. No.
Tito Julio.
No.
Tarek Jaffadine.
That's like a welterweight. No. No.
Tito Julio. Did I guess that one already? Tijuana. Tijuana. He loves to go to Tijuana. He's known for going to Tijuana.
Mike,
they call him TJ for Tijuana. It's done.
You're saying ridiculous stuff. This isn't even close to his name. Do you want to know?
Tearjerker.
Mike.
Okay, you know what?
Obviously,
Obviously,
do a show.
Fine. You know what? Let's do the show. Let's get going. You tell me, oh, great one who knows everything. What does TJ stand for?
Tyler Jeffrey. That's his name. Tyler Jeffrey. TJ Dillashaw. We're about to interview him. You're going to call him Tijuana or Tyrone or whatever the hell you're going to call him?
Tyler Jeffrey. Okay. We're going to agree to disagree, friend. You know what? Let's just have a good show. I'm not letting this affect my energy.
I'm out.
Okay?
Hey, I'm going to get
not
ready.
letting it in. Not letting it in.
Do not.
Thank you.
Do not call
Have
him
a good show.
Tyrone.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Tyler Jeffrey. Thank you. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah.
See you in a minute, buddy. Tyler Jeffrey Dillashaw. I mean, I've never... Okay. That's, yeah. All right, bud, let's roll! Okay, bro, we're sitting here. This is it.
Finally made it. Our first show, man. I'm ready to go, dude.
I'm ready to go too. That whole, and now I know, you know, the whole thing, the TJ debacle, right? We can disagree or whatever, but he's on the show today, that's for sure.
He's on this show. It's going to be, it's great, man. I mean, our first show to have a guy like TJ, the bantamweight champion, a great dude, one of the best footwork strikers guys that we have in the UFC.
Smartest fighter, too, by the way.
Smart fighter, smart coach with Dwayne Ludwig. It's going to be a good show, man.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm interested to find out a little bit about him. We're going to play some games with him, ask him some fun questions, see where that leads us. First of all, we should probably introduce ourselves because I don't think anybody knows who I am, that's for sure. I think some of the people in MMA obviously know you. I mean, you're a fighter, you're out there. 100%. I don't know about 100%.
Most, say 99.9, everybody.
76%. Yeah. Either way, a lot of people do know you, but they don't know me, okay? Because I'm a writer. I'm a behind-the-scenes guy generally, but I'm jumping out in front of the camera for the first time. So, you know what? Let loose. You're me. Okay. Tell the audience. So I don't have to brag.
I'm Mike Soccio. I'm a writer, guys. I live in front of a laptop. I'm always bouncing ideas off of. There's always a better idea than the last best idea. Love me to have a bagel.
Oh,
love to have a bagel right there.
That's not
a little
bullshit.
Mouse, but that's another thing. I worked on a couple shows. I worked with a lot of celebrities. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, I like that.
You didn't know I worked with Will Smith. Pretty big name. Adam Sandler, Kevin James on a lot of those shows. Kevin Can Wait. The Karate Kid. What's it? Hitch. You know, just some other ones. But one of the shows that got my start in, and that you, Alan, are a big fan of. I don't know if you know this, but The Fresh Prince. That was one of my first shows that I wrote on.
Your first show. Wow.
And from that show, this happened. I'm a big fight fan. I know Alan. I know a lot of people.
Did you also work on The King of Queens, Mike?
Yeah, it was a short little thing I did, but I did,
4 seasons. 4 seasons,
Okay,
but probably not short. Don't
I worked on the
sell
King of
yourself
Queens,
short, Mike.
and I also
have more confidence in who you are, Mike.
Did
You're
I
pretty
mention
special.
that nothing goes better with a laptop than a nice warm bagel right there?
See, no, this is the
one?
shtick because I love bagels. Everybody knows. All right, look.
Loves a bagel.
Now everybody knows
Honey
I love
bun
bagels.
in the microwave.
Yes, I'm an
Nut
eater.
of butter.
Okay.
Lick your fingers when
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah. Are you done with me? Can I be you now? All right, I'm Alan
Okay, I'm
Jouban.
done.
What's up, everybody? I got a square jaw. I'm so friggin'
Square
perfect.
jaw.
Yeah. All right, I'm a welterweight in the UFC. I do
The
kick
best weight.
people. Yep. The best weight class.
Yep, right in the middle.
I am also a model.
Said
You
that
might
one.
have seen me in a little thing called a Versace campaign, and I was opposite
You doing-
Gigi Hadid.
Okay, yeah, you didn't say Versace correct, but Gigi's
Versace,
correct.
yeah,
There we
Gigi
go.
Hadid, best model. Like she's like the hottest model in the world, and I was right next to her. And you might remember me. I was this guy.
Are you done with me?
Yes, I'm done.
I tell you,
Anyway,
they know who I am already.
good, but now they know more. Now they know more. We are the writer and the fighter. We are going to be bringing you interviews. We're going to be talking about MMA. We both love talking about MMA. This is where it really started from. We just dig it, and we talk a lot, and I talk a lot.
I got to reel him in a lot, but
Yeah.
that's it, man. We're always talking about this crap.
Yeah, and we're going to be, talking about MMA, entertainment. We love the entertainment industry. We're going to have other people on besides fighters and trainers and stuff. So we're going to sort of spread our wings a little bit, and we're going to see where it takes us. That is enough of an intro. Let's talk about where
Let's get
are
this
we
shit
right
going,
now.
man.
Think about it. Ready? Today's Wednesday. We're 3 days away from the biggest fight in UFC history, Conor versus Khabib. The hype is real. Embedded has started. Fight week has started. Vegas is electric. The T-Mobile Center is bristling with activity. I'm excited, man. I'm more worried. Like every time I look at the fucking internet, I'm going, "Oh, is it going to be Khabib broke his finger in training or something, or Conor hit Artem in the temple with his knuckle, and he's out." You know what I mean?
himself.
Yeah, it's like I'm worried. Are you like? I'm super excited.
I'm very worried, and the thing is, the UFC has a reputation.
Yeah.
When you get the biggest and the best fight cards, somehow they seem to crumble.
Yes.
Somebody gets injured.
Happens all
It happens
the
all the
time.
time. And then I hate to point the finger, but Khabib is a guy that has been injured.
Yes.
A lot of times. A lot of times he had to withdraw for different issues. Conor is a guy that I don't believe he's ever had to withdraw from a fight. And
he shows up. He does.
One of the last fights when he fought Chad Mendez, I think his opponent might have gotten hurt that time, but Conor McGregor had an injured knee on that one. He toughed it up, he manned through it, put on a great performance. So I feel confident that Conor will get through it. Khabib from Embedded looks like everybody's healthy.
Man, he is relaxed.
That is the main fight that we need to see. Obviously, there's another great ones with Ferguson and Pettis and many more, but as long as nothing happens,
we're good, bro.
Event,
I'm happy. I could just watch that fight and pay the $69
money
for
and be
HD,
done,
and I'll be happy. Yeah. We're looking right here. This is the okay. Look, he's got his proper 12. We got our proper 12 whiskey. I'll see Ali Arlari. Right? They're good. Is it no?
It was pretty close, man. We get into these guys and we're looking at the press conference and we know the war game, the
mind
mental
games.
warfare that kind of goes in. I listening to Khabib's coach, man, it makes me think, is it? He said, if you're not getting agitated from Conor McGregor, you're not human.
Right.
And I believe that.
Yes.
When it comes to, is that going to distract Khabib from him doing what he set out to do and just go in there and fight and beat him up? I don't think it's going to get into his head. I think
don't
other
think it
people
went in
have
his
played
head at
into
all.
it where they want to battle back and forth, but I don't think it messed with Khabib in this fight. I don't think it'll be an issue in terms of getting him off of his game. He's going to go and do what he wants to do.
His game is solid, bro. This guy, I think it has a lot to do with his faith, and I think he's just a strong-willed human being.
He goes through that a lot. He mentions his faith quite a bit.
He's always talking about it. And look, he's calm. Like, if we look at him here, I mean, look at him. This is the dude, like, he's acknowledging everything Conor is saying in this press conference. He's taking it in, but I don't think he's like when we saw Jose Aldo, right? Jose Aldo, I'm watching him, everything was, "Oh, you grabbed my belt," and it's like, "I'm going after you." He played into it.
He was reacting.
Exactly. Whereas I think Khabib is, look at him. I mean, he's smiling. I think in his mind he's just going, "I'm gonna smash this guy. I'm gonna smash this guy." Like everything is smash. I'm gonna smash this guy. And Conor, I think, as a result, had to I don't want to say he overdid it, but he definitely he wasn't getting maybe the reaction he wanted.
Yeah.
I've heard all different opinions about this. My opinion is he didn't get through and he didn't penetrate the sort of iron will of Khabib Nurmagomedov. He just didn't do it.
But I think that's part of the reason you said Khabib has his faith, and that's part of the thing that he does. He has his faith, he has his family, his friends, and he surrounds himself.
An army. He's got an
army around him, man. And it helps push him through it. He's got a big following from where he's from, and then also the people at his gym, the people that he's with on a daily basis. You see both of these guys,
DC.
They're not staying in the fighter hotels. Both of these guys have their own little mansions that they rent. They surround themselves with the right people, the right energy. They're waking up to eating with one another. I really expect nobody's going to get hurt. I really expect to see both guys coming in at their full potential. I don't expect to see one guy kind of swayed by the verbal assault that the other one threw.
I'm sorry, did we say swayed? Because I think we said swayed. That would be like suede from like a jacket.
I might have. I don't even know.
Or suede. We can go back. We can cut and go to suede. We can say suede. All right.
You're getting me back from earlier. I get it.
Yes.
I got you.
You want to pull some bagel shit now?
No. Okay. No more bagel shit.
All right, done.
I'm gonna pull some shit about what the possibilities are in this fight.
Yeah.
We look at this fight, and what's the two things that jump off the page?
Okay, always. Everybody's talking about Conor's going to either land the left, right? Or Khabib is going to just get him down, and he is going to break his will by his overwhelming pressure. And by the way, it's funny and it's hacky because everybody's talking about it, but it's true. That's the deal. That is what it is. That's what we're looking at. He has to land the left, and Khabib has to somehow find a way to get him to the ground and do what he did to Edson Barboza and all those people. The question for me is, can he do it? He went 3 rounds or 5 rounds with Al Iaquinta. It's like Al Iaquinta made it through to the end of the fight. This guy
on short notice.
So is Khabib? Is he going to finish Conor? I I don't know. Can he finish Conor?
He looked sloppy against Al Iaquinta. I didn't think Khabib looked great. Not at all. He looked dominating against Edson Barboza.
Scary.
Edson and Conor are different fighters, but you talk about, Edson Barboza, for one, is, to me, in my opinion, the best striker in the UFC. We talk about overall diversity, speed, power, sharpness, precision. He's got it all,
and mixing shit up, like he doesn't never throw the same thing.
We're talking about full all around. Conor's known for his precision and his power. Different people have different things. We talk about full fighter. When you're teaching somebody Muay Thai, you want them to look like Edson Barboza. And he's got the athleticism. He's strong everywhere. He's got a weaker ground game than Conor. But Edson Barboza is a similar comparison in terms of what happened when the top level, high level athlete like Barboza, who's a dominant striker, went against Khabib.
Right.
And we saw the results that time.
Nasty.
The thing is,
I almost didn't want to watch that fight. That fight,
it was tough to watch.
Me,
we were worried about him because he was getting hit over and over repeatedly, and then
he's talking. Khabib is like, you don't want this. You don't want this. Tell me. Be honest with me. You don't want this.
It's like
he actually said that. He said that to what's his name? Michael Johnson. He had him up against. He goes, just tell the truth. You don't want this. It's like, dude, you're beating the shit out of me and you're talking to me. It's like, yo. Oh, he was talking to Dana White.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dana's like, get through this one first, because he goes, I want to smash your boy. I love that shit. We got another fight on the card. We got Anthony Pettis and Tony Ferguson. Yo, dude, did you? By the way, this is a great fight. You want to talk about dynamic strikers, right? Anthony Pettis. I mean, Showtime.
One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best. He had a little bit of a lull in his career. There was a couple of times, where he wasn't, a few fights ago, that he wasn't maybe in his element as much as he normally is. But he's got a great coach in Duke Rufus, and he's a winner. Yeah. He finds a way to win. I think we haven't even seen the best Anthony Pettis yet. I have a lot of confidence in him, but he's going against Tony Ferguson.
I hope that's right, yeah.
And Tony Ferguson is a beast. And you want to talk about mind strength, man. This guy healing himself in a few months by sheer will and determination. Yeah. And, he is a strong cup of coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can describe him as that.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Anthony Pettis has his hands full in this fight.
Yeah, no, I agree. I hope you're right. I hope we have not seen the best Anthony Pettis yet, because when I look at and I dissect Anthony Pettis, let me say, I think he is right in there in like probably the top 2 or 3 best strikers that we have in the UFC.
Yeah.
He's got everything that Barboza has. I think Barboza just has a little bit more of the explosiveness.
Yeah, I think
power,
so too.
Explosion. But when it comes to the skill set and the technique and the trickiness, because when I look at Anthony Pettis, I see him as a dynamic striker, but he tricks his opponents. If you're not on his same level and you're trying to play tick for tack with him, he sets you up. He sets traps. He baits you. He throws the right hand. He gets you to slip outside and throws the right hand followed by the kick. He does little things like that a lot of people don't get, and a lot of his fighters, his opponents, they're not catching it in real time.
Yeah, right.
And so he's able to get a lot of guys like that. But does that matter when you have a guy that doesn't play by the rules, like Tony Ferguson? Because he doesn't play by the rules. He's not going to play tick for tack. He's not going to outbox you by playing the boxing game. He's going to do weird, crazy shit. He's going to throw a 360. He's going to break dance. And he's going to find a way to punch you. I spar with Tony Ferguson. I drove to his gym one time. He brought out a bunch of little bats. Okay, he brings out these little
I saw that in his training.
These poles. Yes. And he goes, "Try and hit me." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Hit me with the poles," right? And so I start swinging him like 20% speed, and he's blocking them with his forearms. He's blocking them with his shins, and he's like, "Harder, faster." You know, he wants me to really hit him. He's into like conditioning the body. He's into toughening the body.
Very Thai thing, right? Both our wives are Thai. That's a very Thai traditional thing. They kick banana trees. They
toughening
get their bodies tough.
He doesn't like the traditional stuff. You would never see Tony Ferguson in the traditional Muay Thai class, go to boxing class.
Right.
He likes being different, and he has tremendous amount of success with it, and that's why I would never, ever tell him, like, "You ever thought about changing this?" No, dude.
No,
You're a natural-born crazy person that works. It works for you.
It works for him.
It's fun to watch.
And speaking of crazy, last night I'm going to find the video here. Yeah. Last night he did this.
Oh, he went off last night.
This press conference, right? Yeah. So like, he showed up. Yeah. And he showed up with an attitude, man. He showed up he said it. These are his words. He's like, "Yeah, I got a chip on my shoulder, and that shit weighs a ton, right? You took everything from me." Some of the quotes, "You guys took everything from me, but you can't take my smile," right? I think Tony Ferguson is in a place that, you know, fuck the world type of thing. It's like his thing is like, I was down and out. They took my title. The press did all this shit. He felt like he was alone in the world, and I can relate to that. And his thing is, when I was alone, nobody was there for me. He said it 10 times. He's like, my coaches were there.
He said that 10 times? That's exactly how I assess it. These are thoughts that manifested during that injury for 7, 8, 9 months, however long it was. These are thoughts that Tony was having. He's injured, top of the world to his lowest lows. They stripped him of his title. He's injured. Fighters, I'll tell you, we get depression. We get depressed because we go from being a machine who is able to dominate to we can't even help ourselves because we're injured. And so I bet you he went through some low lows. And
He said it.
That's where these emotions are boiling up from. And he's letting them, he's finally venting them out when they put him up there. 20 minutes he was up there?
Oh, dude, he was 20 minutes. And this is what I love. Like, he was saying stuff like, he would say, like, he would finish a sentence, right? And he would go like, so yeah, that's what it was. You know, nobody was there for me except for my team. Yeah. You guys weren't there, so, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. And he would stop and they would go, Tony, and he would go, I ain't finished yet.
I ain't finished. I was waiting for it. Yeah.
Gangster. Yes, man. Yeah. Look, he's got a lot to say. He put the glasses on. He chewed the gum. He did the smiley flash. He did his swagger thing. Good for him. Let's see how it let's see how it turns out on fight night. You know, he could use all this anger to sort of better his performance, and he could have the performance of a lifetime. He potentially could. Or he could be just in a mental sort of blockage where he's so sort of angry and so upset that it doesn't help him. I tend to think the former, man. I'm thinking this dude is coming in ready to go, and I think it's going to be a tough night for Anthony Pettis if this angry, focused, insanely gifted athlete shows up in Tony Ferguson. Yeah. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier. Man, these dudes, they cannot play well in the sandbox together. They just, they genuinely hate each other. We talk about like Conor and his opponents, and you get a feeling there's always like, there's a distaste there and whatnot, him and Mayweather. This day goes deeper with these two dudes.
Yeah, and you know, DC, I've worked with DC before. We fought on the same card before. DC is a guy that, like, he kind of owns the room. Like, he comes in, he's a big guy. Physically, he's a big guy. He's got a big personality, but he's also the champion. He's successful. He's good on TV, commentary. He's successful in so many parts of his life. But it's like the one person that gets under his skin.
Absolutely.
Is Jon Jones. And it's just, it's in fighting, it's in conversation. DC gets somewhat flustered when he has arguments with John Jones. Where with other people, he big brothers them, but it doesn't always happen as smoothly with John Jones.
Dude, look at him like when DC was on The Ultimate Fighter, right? When he was dealing with Stipe, which they got along and everything, but he's like, Stipe, my man, you know you're going down. Like, he is a dominant personality.
Yeah.
John Jones tweets
a big playful guy, kind of.
John Jones tweets something or Instagrams. You mad, bro? USADA keeps calling, but you're not going to pick up the phone. Like all this stuff. And instantly, it's, you know, right away Cormier's like, you're a crackhead.
When DC points out the negativity of John Jones, the fans see that as distasteful because you're kind of pointing out the negatives. You're kicking a guy when he's down, so to speak.
And then that's how John Jones can win in this war.
Yes, yeah.
That's the way John Jones is John Jones is fighting a little dirty, and John Jones is poking and poking and poking. And it's like, you know, look, I'm not going to tell DC how to act, but it's like, if I was DC, it's like, I'm the champ. To put a picture of me with the 2 belts, and you in the court with the orange jumpsuit. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like DC wins there.
You could probably find that exact tweet if you looked. I think he's done that one before.
There's probably a meme or whatever, but it's like, look, I don't think DC, but there's something about this guy, and I think it's the fact that, you know, John Jones beat him twice, and there's a mental aspect there. There's a mental aspect to the game, and there's a mental aspect to this. Daniel Cormier is a winner, man. He wants to win. Ryan Parsons, a buddy of mine, was talking about him coaching his kids' wrestling practice, and he's like, "Get in that ass, get in that." You know, he's with the kids. You know? He's a winner, man. He doesn't want, and there's this guy out there that, in his mind, isn't doing the right thing. In his mind, is getting pulled over by the cops. In his mind, is like, "You're not at my level yet. You beat me," and I think that is a very strong. That's a big pill to swallow. Okay, let's talk about real quick Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean, out of the fight.
He was headlining the prelims on this card. So we talked about it earlier. There is one fight already taken off the card.
Yeah,
you know, it's not a huge fight because it's not 2 big guys.
I wanted to see him fight though.
It's a name. It's a guy that. It's a fun fight to end the prelims with a guy that does a lot of fancy fun stuff in there.
Yep, he's so long. Look at him. I mean, he's so long. He's so dynamic. He's just a born fighter. Fantastic. Like, he reminds me of Zabit a little bit. I don't know. I'm tripping to. They the same weight class. They look like they would be. But that'd be a super fight. I mean, that's a great fight. Zabit and this guy have a very similar style. I love them.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't. Zabit. Yeah, Zabit. I think Zabit might be 45 and Malley might be 35. Correct me if I'm wrong. But two super dynamic strikers. I think Zabit. I think Malley would have his hands full, to be honest. I think he's quite there yet. But he's got a lot of potential. Yeah. He's a Sandoval, like my gloves up here. They sponsor me. They sponsor O'Malley. So they recognize tremendous talent. Obviously,
yes, they
Sandoval.
do.
They have great eyes.
They came after me.
Vision. Did they come after you?
Yeah, they're coming after me. I'm doing some stuff. We'll talk about it later. I don't want to break. No, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. It's a shame that he's off the card, but you know what? I'll tell you one thing. USADA tested him. They caught him with something. You would think right away it would have been the ganja, because he's always talking about how he smokes. He stops a week before the fight. He's cool, but it wasn't. It was a steroid thing. It was foul play suspectedly. He did what I think all other fighters should take note on. Sean O'Malley came out, and even though USADA's new rules are, we will no longer announce when somebody has failed a drug test until they've had their due hearing, and so they can proclaim themselves innocent. So they're not gonna put that sign next to the name saying, look, this is a possible drug suspension, and then it always kind of haunts them for a while. They're going to say, we're going to keep our mouths shut, let them prove themselves innocent or guilty, and then we'll announce it.
So he had that opportunity.
He had that opportunity. He decided, I'm going to speak up and let my fans know the reason I'm not on the card, which makes sense. But he did it very well. You've heard people blame what was it, kangaroo meat. You've heard pills for erectile dysfunction. You've heard all these other reasons or dirty supplements. He said, look, as soon as I found out, I know 100% I didn't take anything. I sent the supplements that had open and closed to USADA. They're testing them. As soon as I get back the results, I am confident that that you will show that it was a tainted supplement. I will be cleared of these wrong charges. So props to you, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah,
I really like the way you spoke up. You've done some things in the past, to be honest, that I didn't quite agree with. But your own identity, your own personality, keep doing that.
This fight, this was part of the Bellator fight. 206,
Roy.
Mousasi.
Man, so I feel like, I don't want to... Roy McDonald, beast. One of the best welterweights in the world. I give him his props. I felt like he's too similar. He's so much like a Mousasi in styles of... he uses the jab, good boxing, good ground game, But now you're fighting a guy that's got a longer reach, more height advantage, and a probably 10 to 15 pound weight advantage.
Yeah.
The fight played out a lot like I thought it was going to play out.
Yeah.
I didn't think Mousasi would be quite so dominant.
He was really dominant. He's just the bigger, and he's the more experienced man. I know that Rory has had a lot of fights. I mean, his fight against Lawler was legendary. He has cage experience, but Mousasi is he's just like an elder statesman at this point. You know what I mean? I look at him as that guy, and he's so mellow in the cage.
Chill.
And he just literally is just chill. So I think his confidence and his, like you said, the size advantage and stuff, and the fact that they are similar in style, they kind of cancel each other out, especially on
I'm sorry, I don't mean to get into awkward conversations. You said confidence. You said size advantage.
Oh, size advantage. Yes.
I was watching
the word is out, bro.
The Joe Rogan podcast, or one of those. It was Joe Rogan podcast the other day. One of the guys on the show were talking about, he was in a sauna with Mousasi, and he goes,
this area here was discussed.
And he said,
this area here.
He said,
on the
bro,
monitor.
he compared Mousasi in the sauna. I guess he without clothes on to a water bottle
and somebody said it was even bigger or something like that.
It was hilarious talk. Check out that show and see that. But so maybe that's where that inner confidence comes out with Mousasi. He doesn't have to talk the talk.
That's right. That's why I was referred to one time compared to a light switch. All right, so look, I want to show you something, Alan. Here's Fedor and Chael in the official stare down. Look at these guys. Fedor is just, I mean, that's a dude that just fears nothing. Look at that. And Chael, the gangster's gangster.
Yeah, two of the best in the business.
I mean, these guys are maybe almost as good as, probably second best. That's obviously I'm the best. What's that?
What are you talking about? Second best, Fedor second best.
No, I'm saying staring contest. Obviously, you know about my history with staring contests and whatnot. because back in high school and.
Who do you stare at?
I got to go through this.
What do you stare at?
I don't do a lot of great.
You stare at bagels. You stare at a lot of bagels.
No. Listen, let me talk about something, okay? They used to call me Mikey Eyes in high school, and the reason why was because as a fighter, look, I'm going to admit right now, I wouldn't be a great fighter. I'm not going to have good stand-up. I'm not going to have good ground game. I'm not a wrestler. Okay? The one thing I would have is press conference, Dana White putting you together. Yeah, I know, those are all the elements of fighting, and I'm not good at any of them except for press, the night before the fight, they do the stare down, we get the weigh-ins, they do the stare down. I'm going to mentally screw my opponent because I don't blink. You want to try it? I'll tell you right now, bro, you're not coming out on the other end the same guy. Okay?
I really don't want to, but just to prove you wrong, okay yes.
Let's do it.
Show me, please.
Let's go. Mikey Eyes, you asked for it.
Please.
Let's go.
Please show me.
Uh-oh. Somebody's in trouble. You got yourself in a little bit of trouble. You're staring against a master. You ready?
Let's just do it, man.
Making sure. Okay. You know what I'm doing right now? This is called mental warfare. I am behind your eyes, Alan Jouban, and you know what I'm doing?
What?
I'm twerking. I'm mentally twerking. My ass is clapping all up in your shit. Okay, fine. Here we go. All part of the deal. Here we go. On 3. Get them ready, Mike. Come on, Mikey Eyes. On 1. 2. Moisten them up. And stare contest. Oh, you know what? I smell something. You smell something? Smells like fear. Uh-oh, you're up against the great Mikey. Ah! Shit, I blinked. Fuck.
That was stupid, man. That's it?
That was interesting.
You good, man?
I'm fine. It's been 30 years since high school, maybe more, and I lost a step. I'll be back, stronger than ever. TJ Dillashaw, dollar Dillashaw. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm out here in Colorado right now. Just got in hit mitts with Dwayne Ludwig at Ludwig Up Martial Arts, as you can see behind me. So in my environment,
Beautiful, brother. We're in our environment. We're in my crib, and we're doing a little show. And we like to start off with a question. It's burning. It's on everybody's mind. And we've been discussing it back and forth, and you can be the tiebreaker. Ready? Be honest. Who's better looking, me or Alan Jouban?
Oh, tough, man. That's a tough one.
Look, wait. Let me get the face.
Yeah, give him your best angle.
Get your Zoolander going first.
Yeah, you go. Blue Steel. I'm throwing you Blue Steel.
I don't know, man.
You can be honest. It's okay.
Sorry to do that to you, but that Versace model over there is looking good.
Yeah, you know what? All right, you win that one. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
I think that was a pretty given answer right there.
Al, what's up, buddy?
What's up, my man?
What's up?
What's up,
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing good.
My man.
Alan's better looking though. Come on.
Oh, come on, Dwayne. This is a true story. I took a screenshot from you, Cody, too, right, in the press conference, and I took it to my barber, and I'm like, give me the TJ. This is what I got. So I think she fucked up. We were watching your Van Heusen commercial. Dude, you killed it.
Thanks, man. That shit was fun, dude. Me and Wonder Boy, we were vibing well together. We got to do all our own stunts. We helped choreograph it. Wow. It was a bunch of fun, dude. I think he was more excited to get slammed to the desk than I actually was to slam him to the desk. They had a guy there that was actually, he's done all the John Wick movies. He was really good, man. He came out with, so most of the stuff was like, we used his stuff, but we'd always put a spin on it, make it a little bit more realistic, a little bit less action movie style, and a little bit more MMA based, you know, but and then put some of our signature moves in there as well, you know, like where Wonder Boy's kicking over my head, he's reloading his kicks and push kicking me through a chair. Yeah, you know, they took one of the moves I'd done through my fight, and that's actually where I slammed him through the desk. I did that move to Von Lee. He kicked over my head, I caught his leg, just like in the commercial.
Did you catch the acting vibe? That's what I do for a living. I'm a writer. I work with actors. Most recently, fighter-wise, I work with Chris Weidman. He was on my show. Kevin Can Wait. He did a good job. I'm curious. Did you catch the bug?
Absolutely, man. I would love to do it. 100%. I would love to get into it. It was a lot of fun, and I feel like it was. You know, once you get the groove of it, it's pretty easy to catch on to it as well, too.
For sure. Yeah. Tell us about the training lab a little bit. REIGN. Great name, dude.
Yeah. So the training lab, it started back in the day with Mark Munoz. He had the ring, you know. And Sam Calavito, his first project was Mark Munoz. When he first started doing strength conditioning for MMA, Mark Munoz was his first guy. Started working with him, and that's when you remember seeing Mark coming out and just all shredded. You know, everyone was trying to accuse him of being on PEDs, but it was just the science of Sam Calavita. And so I brought him on the Ultimate Fighter to kind of pick his brain a little bit. Juan knew I needed to talk to him, just kind of getting involved in for my diet, the way I should be working out. You know, I had some problems with my hormone levels that I needed to fix, and he was able to do that with my diet. You know, the things I was eating, the diet I was on, me juicing, you know, doing a lot of cold press juicing all the time. And he was able to like triple my levels, man. And I've been looking better now than I ever have. I've been feeling faster, being stronger, and I'm the oldest I've ever been. So that's how the training lab was started, is through me meeting Sam Calavita and then me creating my camp down in Southern California. So I did my first camp in Southern California, the first fight against Cody Garbrandt. And we just found an empty warehouse, threw a mat on the gym and down on the floor, and just had practice there. We didn't even have a gym yet. After that fight, we knew that I was getting guys together like Cub Swanson, Warren Archuleta, Aaron Pico. All these guys were just kind of coming together and training. You know, we were training with Sam, but then we were also doing our martial arts practice with each other as well too. So we figured, shoot, man, let's make a private gym. It's only open certain times of the day for the public, like I said, for the youth program and maybe some of our physical fitness. And those classes are just enough money to pay the rent, keep the lights on, and pay the coaches. Other than that, we're not you know, not making $1. I'm actually losing money off the gym. But I'm able to have a gym that I can call home, and that is something that I have the best training I can possibly get.
Wow. Could you train me? Could you TREIGN me? Or am I untrainable? Remember?
You know, you have to come in. We'll give you like a free pass for the week, and then we'll see if you fit.
All right. Can I still eat bagels? Yes or no?
No, it's all gonna be it's got to be a Coach Cal approved diet.
All right, I'm down.
I'll tell you now, man. He would bring you guys down. I love him, but I don't think he's the right fit for the gym. I was gonna say, hey, what's the guy's name? You might have mentioned his name. The guy that's in Bellator that trains with you. What's your training partner in Bellator?
Aaron Pico.
Great.
Juan Archuleta and Syed.
Guys like Cub Swanson, they've all got like similar movement and footwork like you, man. And watching you guys train a couple months ago on Instagram, I was seeing like the high pace, the high level that everyone was keeping, and I think that's why we're seeing the results coming out of the gym right now.
Yeah, man, we're on a huge winning streak right now. All the guys are picking up on the move. I mean, you know, you'd be dumb to not pick up on the best guys that are in the gym. You know? So by having Dwayne come to our gym and me training with them on a daily basis, obviously they're not going to change who they are as a fighter, but they're going to add it to their game. You know, guys like Juan Archuleta, who was a Purdue D1 wrestler, awesome wrestler, was winning all his fights by you know, ground and pound and taking guys down, is now got a kickboxing into his background, is using a lot of the motion and using sprint crosses and doing a lot of cool stuff that I didn't even like purposely teach him, but he just started doing it by training with me.
I know Mike was trying to tell me one time about one of his first fights.
Oh yeah.
I know, like, I got into a bunch of scraps as a kid. Do you remember your first fight? Like, how old were you? Where were you? Did you fight a lot as a kid? Was that something that you just came into martial arts and began fighting as a profession? How did that take place, your very first time you got in a scrap?
Yeah, I definitely remember I got into a lot of fights as a kid because I was little. You know, I was a little guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's why wrestling saved my life, you know. So guys would always think that they could pick on me. And that was before how much knowledge was that wrestlers were tough, you know what I mean? Like, I was like the little guys on campus, and these older guys would try to pick on me, or these bigger guys would try to pick on me. Then I'd have to handle my own and beat them up a little bit, you know. But I'd say my first real fight I got into was when I was in high school. And, yeah, man, it was very nerve-wracking, you know. It was one of those things, like, even though you're very confident, it's one of those things that you're still going to go in there and fight another human being. And even, like, my first amateur fight ever, dude, I think I've been more nervous than my entire life for that first fight.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Same here, man. Same
Bro,
here.
it's scary. And I remember when I was a kid, I did my very first fight was a guy named Keith Mancini, and I'll never forget it. I pushed him, and then I dropped my hands. I'm going to guess that's not the best strategy because he cracked me so hard. Yeah. I'll never forget how hard this kid hit me because I let it happen. Boom, down.
Do you remember the guy's name? First fight, TJ?
So the reason why I say it's like my first fight, because I mean, you get into a lot of scuffles where they happen right away. You know what I mean? Like, you say maybe on the playground you get in a fight real quick, but this is like the first fight that was like planned out. Like, hey, meet me after school. We're going to the lake. We're getting in a fight. You know, so you have that whole nerves all day long during school.
Yes.
And then you drive out to the lake. You're getting ready. Like, I feel like that was my first real fight because I had to like get ready for it. Like, I was going there. I knew I was getting into a fight. His name was Robert Drexler.
Wow.
Robert Drexler.
He stole something from my older brother. Some like bullshit drama, and so I called him out. Like, yeah, it was some stupid shit.
Has he ever reached out to you since you become the status that you are now?
Yeah.
No, man, I haven't talked to him since.
Did you win?
I've actually haven't ever heard of him since I've gotten that fight. Like, he left town, moved to a different school. Like, I think he was embarrassed. He got beat up by a kid that weighed. He got beat up by a kid that weighed 100 pounds.
I love that.
He won the fight. Good to know.
Looking into the future, right? Like, quick, what is the future for TJ Dillashaw? We know there's some potential super fight talk, you know, Henry Cejudo, so on and so forth. There's also a Dominic Cruz situation, an unavenged loss there. You avenge a loss to Rafael Assunção. What is the thing that makes the most sense to you next?
Look, man, I believe I'm the greatest pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and so I'm here to prove that shit. And, I think to do that, I think my next fight should be Henry Cejudo. Yep. You know, I think I definitely want to avenge that loss against Dominic Cruz. But look, he can't be just sitting on the shelf for 2 years saying like, "Oh, I'm fucking injured. I'm not gonna fight." He got his ass whooped by Cody Garbrandt. I had to work my ass off to get back to my title fight. I'm not gonna let him be a little bitch and sit out a murderer's row for 2 years. And then now that I'm looking for an opponent, he's all of a sudden ready. Like, fuck you, man. Come back and fight. Henry Cejudo wants to throw out a challenge. I love the challenge because he beat a guy that was scared of me. He beat a guy that was running from me already. Yeah. He wants to call himself the greatest combat athlete because he's an Olympic gold medalist. That's awesome. You know, he's a great accolades. But the first step for me is getting down there and giving Henry Cejudo what he thinks he wants, but he doesn't want.
He doesn't want none, bro. He doesn't want none. Trust me, he doesn't want none.
Yeah, you mentioned, man, TJ. You mentioned the two belts. It's kind of like a trending thing right now. Is that like? Do you think like because of Conor, because of DC? Now you're talking about it. We saw it in Bellator recently. We saw just now with Rory McDonald jumping up in weight. If you want to be considered the pound-for-pound best right now, is it to legitimize that? You have to not only run your weight class, but you have to take that super fight as well to kind of legitimize being that pound-for-pound guy?
Yeah, man. It was talked about even before Conor did it, but it was never realistic. Like, the UFC would never let it happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. But until Conor was like, hey, man, that motherfucker's allowed to do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like, he runs the UFC. So yeah. But once he's done it, now it's a little bit more acceptable, I guess you would say, you know. But look, man, it definitely does legitimize it. You know, you want to say you're the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, you have to be not only a professional, like when you're inside the octagon, but I have to be a professional outside to be able to make the weight class, show how versatile, how smart I am, and be able to cut the weight. I mean, shit, I could fight 45s. You know, I could be a 145-pound champion as well too. You know, that's one of those things that maybe I'll be the first 3 division weight champion. You know, I'm looking to continue my name. I mean, without that one split decision loss against Dominic Cruz, I'm on a 13-fight win streak. I'll be defending my belt 7 times. We're in a completely different boat of talking about who TJ Dillashaw is. You know, so I'm looking to rise that name up as quick as I possibly can, getting 2 belts. defending both belts, going 45s. I don't even care. I'm looking to be active and continue to grow my name.
That's crazy, man. That 13-fight win streak. I didn't even realize it, man. That's impressive.
Yeah, you know, it's a split decision loss against Cruz that kind of messed that all up. And,
right. A close fight.
I won that fight, but you know, it is what it is.
Hey,
Yes, please.
I got a question for you, man. So there's a video. Me and Mike were talking about this the other day. That when I was gonna fight Mike Perry obviously is a guy that, you know, he's intense. And so when I was in the holding stall, like before they opened up the curtain to go out, somebody was filming me and I was getting ready, and I didn't even know the camera was there, and I was so hyped. You know what I'm saying? My coaches were talking to me.
And you could hear Mike Perry. He could actually hear Mike, and they're going, take this guy out, man. He ain't nothing, so on and so forth. His music playing. What
an intense moment.
Yeah, it's an intense moment. I watched the video. I'm like, yo, that is so real and raw. What plays in your mind? What's the tape that plays in TJ Dillashaw's mind before you step out and the public sees you in the arena?
I'm one of those guys that's very high energy. Very like, I'll be in the back yelling, like I'm getting aggressive, I'm having fun, but like me getting aggressive though is like with a smile on my face, you know.
Yes.
Like I'm so excited to be able to go out there, and I almost like to say show off.
Yeah.
You know, so I walk out there, I have a smile on my face, but when I'm out the back getting ready, I'm super hyped. You know, I guess you'd have to film it to understand it, but I'm nonstop. Like, and I kind of feel bad with the other guys that are getting ready in the locker room with me because I'm
loud,
yelling, fucking cracking pads with Dwayne, like beating up my training partners. And luckily, I have good ones that know that. But I'm a very aggressive guy. You know, in practice, before my fight. That's just kind of how I'm wired.
Love it.
Second part to that question, real quick, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Before the fights, I know I like, just to set up this question, I like for my coaches to give me like 1 or 2 words. Let me focus on it, kind of envision that for a couple minutes, and then come back. I don't like somebody kind of hyping me up. How are you? Does Dwayne talk a lot to you? Does he give you one thing to focus on at a time? Like, what's the conversation before you walk out?
He's very good about feeling the vibe, you know. But it's more of just kind of you remind me of stuff. Maybe I'm shadow boxing and technique to remind me of something. But at that point, all the work and the technique's been done.
Yeah.
So it's just getting your mind right. You
Yeah.
know, like telling you, all right, man, go out there, lead the dance. You know, make sure you lead the dance.
I love it.
You control the tempo, control the distance, stuff like that. Not specific techniques. You know,
Right.
not like, oh, make sure your hands up or you're throwing your cross this way. It's more of just feeling the flow and getting the vibe of the fight and making sure I'm going to be the one that's going to lead the dance. I'm going to dictate the tempo.
Yeah, oh, that's brilliant, dude. We're gonna let you go in a minute. We want to tell you this. We want to talk to you about this one quick thing. We called this segment "That Shit Could Happen." Okay, we're gonna ask you a series of questions, quick questions, things that are sort of outrageous that could possibly happen, probably will never happen, and see what kind of answers you give. Are you ready, TJ?
Yes,
my man. Here we go. Alan, you're first, buddy.
All right, I'll lead it off. So, your man in the room, Dwayne Ludwig, he confesses to you he's actually a genie. Go figure. Maybe he is a genie. He gives you one wish. He grants you one wish for a superpower. What is that superpower, TJ?
Man, he is a fucking genie.
He's a genie in a bottle, man.
He made me a world champion. You know, I came here and started training. Like, look, coach, I'm going to be a world champion. Pow. Next
Boom.
year, I'm a world champion.
What superpower, though? Give me a superpower. What's the superpower you want?
The superpower that that he gave me?
No, that you would want. If you could have one superpower in the world, what would it be? Invisible. You can walk into the girls' locker room.
You stole it. Invisible.
Invisible.
If I could disappear at certain times, I could. That's what I do. I love to be I'm a big time hunter. I love to be out in the middle of nowhere where my phone doesn't work. You can't get a hold of me.
Yeah,
I need that peace and quiet. So, I mean, it's kind of a lame fucking superpower.
No, it's not.
It'd be awesome, man, just to be able to disappear when you want to.
Hey, you know what, though, the thing about that?
That shit could happen.
That shit could totally happen.
That shit could happen.
Fuck
okay.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Here we go. Alpha male is known for having some shaky relationships. Tomorrow, Cody Garbrandt and Uriah Faber have a big falling out and decide to fight. It's a super fight, friend against friend. Who wins the fight, and how does it go down, TJ?
Cody wins that fight.
Wow.
He's too fast. He's too athletic for him. Faber's a dinosaur these days. You know?
A dinosaur.
They both don't have the best technique, but I'd say maybe Faber's a little bit better technique, but Cody's more of an athlete and can get that knockout.
All right, you know, that shit could happen,
that
bro.
Shit could happen.
That shit could happen.
That shit could definitely happen. The falling out, I'm counting down the days when the falling out's going to happen.
All right. Hey, I don't want your wife to get mad at me, or
No.
you to get mad at me on this one, but if your wife did grant you a hall pass. You know what I'm saying
Yeah.
here? You're allowed any girl,
Celebrity, whatever.
model, one for the day. She's cool with it. Who you picking, man?
Man, that's a tough one, bro.
She doesn't
Man,
watch the show,
I
bro.
should
Don't
have
worry.
had this. I should have had this in top of my head too. I should have been thinking about this one, right? It should be something that everyone thinks about. But
I have to think about it too.
I'm gonna have to go with like an old crush too. I'm thinking like Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, I'm with you, brother.
In the day, Jennifer Aniston
Like,
back in the day.
Even now, bro.
No, now she's
Now.
smoking.
I feel
Yeah.
I feel like the older she's gotten, the hotter she's got. Or even like Jennifer Lopez, bro. The hotter,
Oh, okay.
the older
I'm
she
with
gets,
you on that
the
one.
hotter she gets, bro.
Yep. Any Jennifer. I'll do any. I'll take any
Yeah,
Jennifer in
any
Hollywood.
Jennifer, yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah.
Let's reverse it. Who do you think your wife would pick? Because I know my wife would pick Clint Eastwood's son. Whatever. Whatever, dude.
She's a
Man,
good-looking guy,
who would
Mike.
she
I'm
pick?
Who's her crush, man?
Fuck, I don't even know. I'm bad, dude. She
It's
could
all
be
right.
out there doing
She
it right now.
doesn't
and I
talk
have
about
no
guys
idea.
on TV when you
Yeah,
guys.
she doesn't
I
ever
don't-
like somebody, see somebody that she likes.
What's
For
the
sure
what's,
she
what's
does.
the Magic Mike guy? Is it? She
Yeah, what about him?
Magic
Who?
Mike.
Homeboy, what's his name? The guy Magic Mike.
Channing
Oh,
Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum? No, I think she'd be more like a Beckham kind of guy.
I got you.
Bend it like Beckham. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow, there's a new competition called the Model Off. Okay? And here
Yeah.
are the teams. Alan Jouban and Luke Rockhold.
That's a strong.
That's a strong team.
Yeah.
Versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, your partner in the commercial, and Chris Weidman. All four of them are models. There's two teams. Alan and Luke against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Chris Weidman. Who wins that Model Off?
No, what's the model off consist of? What
It
are we
consists
doing?
of runway, face, that old thing I was doing before, the whole thing, the blue steel.
Man, I'm going with Jouban and Luke
Yes!
Rockhold.
Yes!
They're both models today.
Yep.
They're with Soul Management.
Tell 'em.
They know
Yup.
what's up.
Tell them.
I love it.
You got more. Okay.
That's it. No, you got two, bro. You
Oh, yeah,
should-
And-
sorry, yeah.
And the one thing
I
about
should
that
have
is,
kept Paul out. It would have been on you forever. So.
yeah, I know, and that shit could totally happen.
That
bro.
shit could really
could
happen. We could have a model off.
Yeah.
Speaking of models, let's say tomorrow your modeling agency comes to you with an amazing offer. A controversial photographer is shooting a new campaign for a hot new men's fragrance called Buff by Calvin Klein. The only catch is the photo shoot is in the Buff, so it's TJ Dillashaw, buck-ass naked, Times Square, but it's $1 million, tax-free, $1 million a year for the next 5 years. Do
I
you
was
take
sold
it?
before you finished.
I
He said, "I'll do it."
love it. He runs around naked.
I love it.
I love it. He didn't have to think about it, man. Middle of Times Square. And
I
you know
love
what,
that
bro?
shit.
Like,
Done. I was like, I'm in.
Nah.
I get to be in the Buff, and I'm getting paid. I'm ready.
Dude, that shit could happen.
that shit could totally happen, bro. In New York.
Yes, I can see it. No, they don't
I
care,
can see
man.
it.
Calvin
No,
Klein.
that's just gonna happen. That's
That
gonna happen,
shit's
bro.
gonna happen.
Hey, last
Oh,
one
yeah.
for me, man.
No, yeah, last one for you.
You
Go
can
ahead.
punch one person in the face. It could be a fighter. It could be a
Non-fighter.
journalist. It could be a celebrity, man. You don't get in any trouble. There's no police. There's no report. Who you punching in the face, TJ?
Fuck, man. Who do I hate? Who do I want to punch in the
Who do
face?
you hate? Is it the boxing guy you've been going back and forth with?
Oh, Gervonta Davis. I'd like to
Gervonta.
kick him in the face.
Punch
I'd like
John-
to kick him in the face. Yeah.
Kick him. All right, he gets a kick. Who gets
Yeah,
a punch?
Shin to the face.
Fuck, but I know there's someone even like on a movie where you watch them and they just piss you off. I know I have someone that every time you see him, you just the blood. I can't think of who it would be.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
we'll let-
Gervonta Davis would be a good one.
All right, we'll go
I
with
like that.
Javante. Last question. You have to take your entire fight purse, including pay-per-view buys, and put it on the winner of Conor and Khabib. Okay? If you don't win, you don't eat. Your baby looks at you, Daddy, why did you lose? What happened? Okay? Your wife comes to you and she goes, I'm going to go with Clint Eastwood's son, whatever. Okay?
Yeah.
Like it's all bad. Who do you put your money on? Conor, Khabib, boom, you're at the window at Caesars. Go.
I know who I put my money on if I'm a betting man, but obviously Connor's a lucky charm to pull shit off his ass all the
A lucky
time. But
charm.
I put my money on Khabib, man.
Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking Khabib would win that fight for a long time. I wasn't as impressed with him his last fight. He looked slow.
I agree.
He was shooting takedowns from like 5 feet away. So after watching that fight, it gave me like more of a reason to think Conor could win.
Mhm.
But if I had to bet, I would still bet on Khabib.
Love
He's
it.
got more strengths. He's never lost a round in MMA ever. Like, if the fight does get to the ground, he could punish him. But like I said, man, that self-belief and that just being that little lucky charm that he is, Conor can pull shit out of his ass.
Yes, he
Believe
can.
it, man. That shit could happen.
That shit could happen for sure. Brother, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You came on our maiden voyage. This is what a true champ does, okay? You're not just a champ in the cage, my man. You're a champ in life. Everything you do, the way you act, the way you conduct yourself.
You gotta thank Jouban, man. I'm a big fan of Jouban, the style, the way he fights. So he asked me to be on. I told him no problem, man. Anything for him. His good looks got me, bro. He just gave me the Zoolander blue steel look.
Right?
I was memorized. I was
Dude, why do you think I'm sitting here? He's got me mesmerized. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Where am I?
He's like, hey, we're gonna do a podcast. We're gonna do it at your house. You're going to do it for free. I get all the money. What do you think? He's like, I'm in.
That was basically the agreement.
Well, you're a champ for coming. You're a champ for coming. You're a gentleman. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best in your future. And say hello to Dwayne and goodbye to Dwayne. And you're the man. Thank you so much, brother.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And have a good one.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. All right, I'm a bettor. Okay, I'm a sports bettor. I love it. I'm a gambler. I dig this. I'm putting money on these guys, and I'm going to be doing some parlays and whatnot. And maybe the night of the fight, we can discuss and talk about. But I want to get your picks.
Okay,
and I want to talk about this. So let's start here at Waterson. Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie, versus Felice Herrig.
Yeah.
Really good fight. I mean,
this is a good matchup.
Really good matchup. I like both these girls. They're tough, tough as nails. I'm going with Felice Herrig. I just think she is just a little grittier.
Okay.
And my money is on Felice. I like Michelle's style, but I think Felice is going to be too much for her.
Yeah. Again, I agree. Great matchup and matchmaking and just good pairing with these two very attractive women, two very good fighters.
Yep.
I got to go with Michelle Waterson.
Wow.
Not only is she she's Thai. She's Thai.
Yeah, that's right. Our
we
wives
both have Thai wives, so we got to go stick with the Thais.
That's right. Yep.
But I think Michelle Waterson has the better stand-up.
Yeah.
I think Felice Herring's chance of winning is probably going to be try to get it to the ground. I think Michelle Waterson is good enough to keep it in standing. She's going to keep the long range. She's going to be a little bit better on her feet. I see her squeaking out a victory on this one, maybe going to decision.
Lewis Volkov, Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, one of my favorites. Follow him on Instagram. The guy's fantastic, funny dude.
Super funny.
By the way, did you see him at the UFC embedded, man? The tape, he looked like I thought it was like a different fighter. He's really trim.
He looks lean.
He looks lean.
This is a good thing because he's had back issues in the past, and some fights he said he wasn't able to train as good as he wanted. So if his back is healthy and he was able to train and get as hard as he wanted and lean up for this fight, that looks good for him. Who you got in this one?
I got Derek Lewis. I never go against my boy. He's number 2. He's a second, ranked fighter as a heavyweight. He is just a badass dude. He didn't have a great showing against Ngannou.
No,
but
he might be trying to.
They cancel each other out. We talk about that. Those guys just. I think it was like we're both big hitters. Who it was a mind fuck. There was a lot of going on there. But I like him in all of his other fights. My man Derek Lewis going to get it done. Alexander Volkov, badass dude. Drago, Russian fighter, tough.
I
get
think
it done against the beast.
To compliment your pick, I think that the last fight they had against Ngannou, it was they thought it was going to be such a big knockout fight, and it didn't happen. And I think he wants to make up for that fight. So I see him coming out guns blazing, Derek Lewis in this fight, but. Alexander Volkov, he trains at Black House. I'm familiar with him. Very tall, very rangy guy. He's got my wrestling coach, Kenny Johnson, in the back helping him out. And I think that's what he needs. I think he needs a wrestling coach because I think if Derek Lewis wins, it's not going to be on the feet. Although he's known for his knockouts, he's got underrated ground and pound because he gets guys on the ground with trips and whatnot. And then his hammer fists and ground and pound is so devastating. That's how he gets the victories. He's getting a lot of knockouts from ground and pound. If Volkov keeps it on the feet, I think he's able to be the lighter, rangier fighter and jab. Derek Lewis goes to decision, but I got Volkov. I think
Volkov.
His
disagree there.
His bolt wrestling shot out.
And his high.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bolt wrestling is going to keep him on the feet.
I like that. Hometown guy. He's your buddy. Trained together. I get it.
Well, not hometown because I don't know where he's
from.
I mean?
I don't mean hometown, but I mean he's your guys that you're not Russian?
I'm not Russian. Believe it or not.
St. Preux versus Reyes. I'm going with Reyes. the Devastator.
Yeah.
The guy's undefeated, never tasted victory. He's a badass dude. His last showing, I mean, this dude is a beast. Ovince St. Preux, fantastic fighter. You know, had his chance, went up against John Jones.
Yeah.
You know, had some great fights in the UFC.
The jacked up John Jones in that fight.
Right. The more, you know, but remember, he wasn't actually. That was the fight that DC was commentating, you know, cage side.
He was,
dude, if you fight me like that, it's a wrap, you know. And then the next fight, John Jones looked like a totally different guy, obviously, against DC. But, okay, so Ovince St. Preux, excellent fighter. I think Reyes is on the way up and St. Preux is on the way down a little bit. And I'm going to go with Dominic Reyes. I don't know the betting line there, but I like Dominic Reyes.
I mean, to be honest, that is a smart bet because Reyes undefeated. And when I saw him fight his last fight, I said, man, let me take note of this guy. This guy is dangerous. Yeah. His build, he's got like a long torso or something.
Yeah,
he's built. He's a guy that's like, it's tough to fight because of his build. With that said, I'm going to stick with my man OSP. We're good friends. He finds a way to pull it out. A lot of times, he's hit or miss. Sometimes he loses some fights. But look, he's got those Von Flue chokes in his arsenal.
Oh, man.
It can go either way on the feet, but I think if it gets to the ground, if OSP gets on top of him, he could possibly pull out a submission. So I'm gonna pick OSP in this fight.
Ferguson Pettis.
All right,
this is a tough fight.
Yeah.
This is a tough fight. We talked about this earlier. Both dynamic. Really, really, really smart. My money's on El Kakui, number 2, Tony Ferguson. I think he comes back. He's got a major chip on his shoulder. He's tough as nails. He has something to prove. Anthony Pettis has been very good. He's been spotty lately in his performances. Yeah. His last performance was fantastic, but I don't know that he has what it takes to take out Tony Ferguson. My money's on El Kakui all dizzy.
We actually agree on this one, man. We actually are in agreement. And I love both of these fighters. Anthony Pettis, as I said before, we all love his striking. He's one of the best strikers in the UFC. You just don't know which guy you're going to get that day. I feel like Tony Ferguson is on the rise. The only thing that concerns me, he's coming off of a long injury. And so how is he going to deal with that? How is he going to come back? Is he going to be not only as athletic and have that scramble ability, but did the time off kind of alter his... Yeah, you know what I mean? A little, and some guys say there's no such thing, but everybody's personality is different. We're going to see in this fight. Yep. But I think my bet's on Tony Ferguson.
Okay. Big boys, here we go.
Here we go, man.
The main event. Champion Khabib Nurmagomedov against the number 1 contender, Conor McGregor, former champion, former double champ.
Yeah.
Okay, look. I'm going to go with Conor.
Yeah?
I mean, I think Khabib is
He's poised. The underdog, so that's, you know...
Conor's the underdog.
Conor's the underdog, so you can make some money.
I can make some money there. I think Khabib is... Look, Khabib is definitely... It's his fight to lose, okay? It is going... I mean, how does a guy who never lost a round in the UFC suddenly lose a fight in the UFC?
Yeah.
It's really hard to take that in and to process that. But... I just think Conor is I have faith in his stand-up. I've seen Khabib struggle with great stand-up fighters, and you know, Ally Quinta, to me, that plays the biggest factor. He couldn't put him away, and Ally Quinta is not Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor lands that left, finds his range, and it is nighty-night. Although it is not a pick that I'm super confident about, but I love Conor, and I want to see him win. I'm going with Conor.
You know, this is a pick that I don't feel super confident about either. Either man could win in this fight, to be honest.
Nobody
is the punch going to land or is the takedown going to land? And that's what's going to dictate the fight. It's the small little things that happen in between. Who knows? But I think the safer bet is the guy that has never lost a fight, the guy that has never lost a round, and the guy that has never been out-wrestled in his life, not even by a bear. You have to take the safer bet in Khabib. Yep. A punch could always land, but to put money on, if I had to put money on this fight and say, am I going to hope that the punch lands, or am I going to hope that the guy that always does this is going to continue the same pattern? The safer bet is on Khabib, but look, I'm always going for the striker in my heart, kind of, because I love to see that kind of knockout. But my money's on Khabib in this fight. I hate to say it.
Yep. Well, you know what? Either way, we love both these guys. They're respectable, and they're fantastic fighters, and 2 of the best are going at it. This is a great card. Thank you, UFC. Bro, we finished. We did our maiden voyage. Okay? The writer and the fighter. It's in the book,
I think that this deserves a toast, man. We've got some
fucking toast from proper 12.
Shout out to my man Brent, who waited in line to get this. He said it was hard as hell. I don't know if you've been out there to try to get this shit, but he said...
No, that shit is impossible.
It's no easy task. My man got me a bottle, so I thought... let's put it on the show, man. Let's try it out.
Man. This is to you, Connor. Good luck,
Shout
buddy.
out to TJ Dillashaw. Thank you, man.
Dude, TJ was fantastic.
Dope guy coming on, our first guest on our show. And we get the champion of the world, and he played along just great. It was fine. Also, Robin Holbrook, who did our logo. Bobby Holbrook, who put together the intro. Everyone that helped out with this show. Appreciate the love, man.
And to you, brother.
Many more. Bomb.
Boom.
More to it.
You ready? We're going to do
Cheers, guys.
Yes, absolutely.
You kicking it back or you sipping?
Oh, I'm sipping like a bitch.
I'm kicking this shit back.
Are you really? Let me see. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's fire.
Woo!
Wow.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck, Connor?
There we go, baby.
Ho!
Well,
that shit's good, though.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to have another glass.
Really? You go for another?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit woke me up. Wow. Wow, I can't. I'm gonna do one of these. I'm putting that. That is fire. Rock that shit.
If I had a fucking lighter right now, I'd be blowing
I got dragon
flames,
breath,
man.
This is crazy. Oh man. Damn, really? It's too strong, bro.
It's small sips now.
It's too strong.
I'm out of here.
You got us, Connor.
Peace.
Fuck it. Fuck it all. Who the fuck are you? Oh, yo, brother. Seriously,
Dude,
can I just
so glad we got that out the way. Knocked it out.
Show.
It went good. TJ was dope.
Dude.
Everything worked out. Like
everything was good. We had TJ on Skype. Beautiful interview, by the way. Tyler Jeffrey Dillashaw was fantastic.
Hey, look at you, man. Turn over a new leaf. I like the way that you, as a grown man, could admit when you're wrong.
I wouldn't say wrong. I would say more like misguided. But yeah. I'm with you.
Okay.
Listen, looking into the future.
Moving forward,
the whole Max Holloway thing, right?
Yeah, Max just announced with Brian Ortega, so T-City, we could possibly get him. I'm cool with him.
Dude.
We'll get him
we
on the
might
show.
get Brian.
That would be...
Tarantula City on Skype or even in the studio. We get him in the studio, we get to talk to him live. Better.
Mike.
What?
Tarantula?
T-City. T-City. He does the whole, hey, what's up, LA? That whole thing, bro. I love him. Tarantula City, it makes perfect sense. He's a spider. He does jujitsu. He's got long limbs.
Not Tarantula, Mike.
Okay,
what is
this
again? Are we doing this again?
It's treacherous.
No.
Tsunami.
Mike.
Tiparillo.
Who? No.
Tijuana.
That's not it.
Tijuana. Brian. Tijuana. He's Mexican, bro.
Mike. Look it up on your phone.
Okay, what is it? What is it? You tell me what it is, Mr.
Triangle.
Big Shot. Triangle.
Triangle City. He does jiu-jitsu. He's at the Gracie Academy. He's a black belt.
Okay, all right. Let's like Google decide, okay? Brian T-City Ortega stands for... Oh, wow. My Wi-Fi's down. My Wi-Fi just... It cut off. Anyway, I gotta go.
Mike,
hey, bro. I know, we don't need this. It's good. It's all good, bro. Ooh, man, good show. Thank you. Hey, what? Yeah, I'm coming. I love you, babe. I'm coming. All right, buddy. Yeah, I'll see you. Okay? Coming, baby. Love you. Good job, Alan. See you later, man.
Mike, your wife's not here, man.
Okay, agree to disagree. Bye.
This guy's crazy. I'm doing a show with a freaking crazy guy. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Like what you just saw, then click like and subscribe.
And do so before Mike starts crying.
What do you mean crying, dude? I don't cry. Why would you even say that crap?
And there he goes.
Let go, man.